You're listening to Season 7 of the award-winning Homemade Matters podcast. Brought to you from the West Midlands in the UK.
We're just a regular family of 5 on a home education journey, and we want to share our journey with you and encourage you on yours. So thanks for joining us, and here's this week's episode.
Hi everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to
Homemade Matters.
Season 7.
Episode 20 already.
Episode 20 already, I know. And happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Easter has been and gone.
Sadly.
Yeah.
We wish
Gone.
it was
early this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. That's why it kind of snowed a bit.
So we completed Lent successfully, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And if you've been listening recently, we had a few activities we were doing during Lent.
We did.
What were some of they?
We did a path through Lent thing where we had to colour in one each day, and we did Ammon's Adventure.
Yeah, Ammon's Adventure is a family kind of devotional story.
Yes.
What are your reflections on Ammon's Adventure?
I really liked it. I think it's, a proper masterpiece how they weave everything in.
Really true, it's in parallel to the events of Jesus' death and resurrection,
yes.
and really, really well done.
Yeah,
and some
good.
very clever links to other true life characters from the New Testament.
Proper good, yeah, it's so good.
So that was good, and then on Easter Sunday we actually got to see some family, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Went and sat in the garden.
Yeah.
With your grandma and granddad.
Yes, and we climbed the tree.
The magnolia tree. Did we do any fun Easter themed activities on Easter Sunday?
Yes.
What did we do?
We played in the garden and watched church in the garden, and did the church Easter Zoom party and did our Easter hunt.
So how did the Easter egg hunt go?
Good.
So did you have to find lots of eggs scattered
No.
everywhere, or how did it work?
So it was like a treasure hunt. So, I had riddles and Ash had pictures, and we went through the garden trying to find them.
And then you found the stash at the end.
Yes, of all our Easter chocolate in.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, because it's better for the animals too, because if they eat chocolate, they're going to get sick. So.
Yeah, we've had to be very careful with our dog Bear while you've all been eating the chocolate.
I've still got loads.
Well done for spreading it out. Yeah, I'm very impressed with you.
Thank you. Yeah, Ash has eaten all of his now, though. Just.
So, we did have some glorious, glorious weather, didn't we, before Easter?
It was so lovely.
And with
and on Easter.
restrictions easing, we've had some friends over to play, haven't we, in the garden?
We have, yeah.
But
very lovely.
Then what happened yesterday?
Started getting cold again.
It snowed, but we know the fact that it's more likely to snow
at Easter than it is at Christmas.
So we were lucky that we had snow before Christmas. So, yeah, it's gone a bit chilly again, hasn't it?
Yeah, I wish it hadn't. I wish it was glorious sunny weather.
But thankfully, it looks like the roadmap out of lockdown's going to carry on as usual. So
yes. That's
a good plan.
Yeah.
And I reckon that as soon as the school kids go back to school, the weather will improve again. Which would be good, won't it?
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for them to go back to school anyway, so I can go back to drama.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yes.
We made the most of the Easter weekend by spending lots of time in the garden, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
So how's your garden going? Tell everybody about your garden.
Well, I actually managed to. I finished chipping it all over.
So, how did your garden start?
What do you mean?
When did you plant it?
Just over a year ago.
Okay, and what kind of things are in your garden?
Herbs.
So it's the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And what herbs have you got planted there?
I think I've got some rosemary. I've got an olive tree. I've got lavender. I did have some thyme, but it's died over the winter.
Might come back still.
Yeah, I've got some lemon balm. I have that
sage.
William thing.
Sweet William.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got curry plant, I think.
Yes, I have, yeah. I've got I think, is it the chives that are all sticky up?
Yeah, they're chives, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
And I've got lots of parsley.
So you've been working hard on it the last few weeks, and what have you been trying to do?
I've been trying to get it all chippinged over.
Yeah, so you've been getting the weeds out. And it's looking amazing.
Yeah, it's all done now.
So that's a really good mulch. Yeah, that's really good done.
Yeah.
And then I have made a big raised bed, haven't I?
Yeah,
for
that's
growing
so
our veg
good, Dad.
Because we've got a bit of a slope where we grow lots of things, our allotment area, but it didn't work brilliantly growing things down the slope. So we had still got a load of scaffold boards that we used to have on our old allotment.
Yeah.
And so I've made a big raised bed.
Yes.
And then what have we set out chitting earlier?
Potatoes and egg boxes.
Yeah, we've got our potatoes chitting.
Yes.
They are Maris Piper's main crop.
Yeah.
Now, last year, what did we do with our potatoes? Where did we grow them?
On the slope.
And did they come out brilliantly?
No.
No, they'd all been a bit nibbled, which we think was a type of beetle, because it's all been quite overgrown. So how are we going to grow them this year?
We are going to do them in tyres, so stacking up the tyres as the potato shoots come out.
Yeah, because we've got loads of tyres around that we use to hold down the polythene and things like that to suppress weeds that we've collected over the years. So, yeah, we thought that would be a good way to do it.
Yes.
So you'll each have a stack of tyres by the end.
Yeah.
And then all you've got to do is lift the tyres up and all the potatoes should be there.
Yes. Proper good, yeah.
I suppose that also means we could space out when we get the potatoes. We just take the top layer first and then leave the other ones in the ground underneath.
Yeah.
That would work, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. It'd be really good, yeah.
And we've ordered some special shrubs for the garden, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We did it on the internet.
Because last year was the first time we were kind of discovering our garden because we got the land.
Yeah, we were still picking out brambles.
And there's lots of really nice low-down plants, but there's not very much high plants, are there?
Yeah.
And we're a bit overlooked for next door. So I've ordered some dogwood.
Yeah.
Which has got lovely red, like red stalks.
Lovely.
It's kind of a hedge. And some bamboo, but not running bamboo, because bamboo can be invasive.
Yeah,
it's clumping bamboo with nice black stalks. Ooh. And then some miscanthus, which is another type of grass, but it grows really tall and big. So we'll spread those out.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
I know, it's quite exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, proper good, yeah.
And what did we notice? So we've got lots of cherry trees that have just self-seeded and they're really tall.
Yeah.
And I chopped one down months and months and months ago to about, I don't know, a few feet off the ground. But what have we noticed?
It's started sprouting again.
Yeah, it's like it's been pollarded, hasn't it? So we've done an experiment.
Yes.
Which is
cut down some of the trees.
Yeah, we've got like half a dozen cherry trees at least, and they're all spindly and they're all grown close together.
And they're all growing in one direction.
Yeah, so I've basically chopped the top off, half of them, haven't I?
Yeah. So
about 6 foot high, and we'll see if they can grow a bit lower down. Yeah. Oh, and what else did you and I do to one of the other fruit bushes in the garden?
We snipped it back.
The gooseberry bush.
Yeah, we snipped it back so that Daddy can get some good cuttings.
Yeah, so we've planted some gooseberry cuttings, but also I didn't realise that the gooseberries grow on last year's growth or on old growth.
Yeah.
But what do we must remember to do with the gooseberries this year?
We have to net them because last year all the squirrels literally ate them.
Yeah, like in one weekend they'd gone.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to net them this weekend.
One night.
Yeah, absolutely, literally gone.
Yeah.
So that's a bit frustrating. Right, what else should we talk about? Well, it's April, so we've got our new hymn of the month.
Yeah.
I will sing of my Redeemer.
I will sing of my Redeemer.
And what's tricky about this one?
Well, yeah, I noticed it too. It's a bit harder to sing because it's got like 3 beats and then 4 beats and then...
Yeah, the time signature changes between a verse and a chorus.
Yeah.
And it's kind of quite arpeggiating. An arpeggio is when you go da 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 da. That's an arpeggio.
Yeah.
And the melody is I will sing of my Redeemer. It's quite a lot. It's quite kind of arpeggiating. We'll put the link on our thing. But if you search on Luke Strickland on YouTube, it's there on my channel, and I've got it's the Ambleside Hymn of the Month. So thank you. I've got a playlist of all the Ambleside hymns of the month, and we've got a new folk song as well this month. What's the new folk song as well?
We'll roll the old chariot along. I think that one.
Yeah, and we'll follow it along. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that about? Do you think?
Following the old chariot along.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's done by like someone who's got a very deep voice.
Yeah. So we've got a playlist in the morning, haven't we?
Breakfast
that you listen to
2021.
Breakfast playlists. So we've got the hymn of the month.
Yeah.
The folk song of the month.
Yeah.
What else do we have on the playlist?
We have Spanish. So I think it's Basho and Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a Spanish video, and then depending on which day it is, we might have something to do with the thing we're looking at today. So if it was like geography, we were looking at the Hagia Sophia.
Yeah.
And so we had
a video about that. Yeah. And that's linked to the Book of Marvels that we've been going through.
Yes.
Tell us about the Book of Marvels.
It's really good. So there's like it's full of like all the wonders of the world, but we've only done the first book.
When was it
2
written?
more books. It was 19 something or other, before 1950.
Yeah, I think it was written like 80 years ago, wasn't it? Or so,
it was, yeah.
And so it goes around the world and talks about these different marvels. What was the one we called? Was it called the Occident?
Yeah, the Occident.
Which is the as opposed to the Orient. It's like the near world.
Yeah.
So we went through that, and hasn't it been interesting to compare the descriptions of it from all that time ago to how things are now?
Yeah, and all the photos in the book, they're all black and white.
So what are some of the wonders of the world some of the marvels that we've done recently? So we've done the Hagia Sophia. Where's that? What country? What town? It's in country, and which city? Very famous city.
Istanbul.
Yeah. Do you know Istanbul used to be called Constantinople?
Oh, that's why it said Constantinople there.
There's a famous song about that. Yeah, Istanbul was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul. It's by They Might Be Giants. That's a great song.
Yeah.
What other places have we done?
Well, it was quite a while ago, but we did the Grand Canyon and the Bay Bridge and the Golden Gate Bridge and Iguazu Falls and Niagara Falls. But that was ages ago.
Did Mount Athos recently, did we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And what's the place in Russia, in Moscow?
The Kremlin.
Yeah, so that's been really good. So that's part of our map drill.
Yes.
That's really good. In fact, so we just finished that, and
we're getting the next one now.
Yeah, and we've only got maybe 5 or 6 weeks left of our school year, haven't we?
Yeah,
we're super through.
Yeah.
So what other books have we been finishing recently?
We've finished Story of the World because the next part is all about World Wars.
Okay.
Because we're doing Victorian times. Ash has finished Sam and the Glass Palace.
Yeah. And we're doing. Did you finish Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Pilgrim's Progress. Finished that yet?
Not yet. But we've very nearly finished it.
Oliver Twist. Are you listening to that at the moment?
We are. Yeah. We have to do 45 minutes a week because it's quite long.
It is quite long. Yeah, but rich language, isn't it? Yeah. I overheard a little bit where there was Fagin talking about. Was it the Artful Dodger? Has he been arrested or something?
Yeah, he'd been arrested.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a deep breath.
Whew.
And after the break, we will talk about art.
You're listening to the Home in Matters podcast.
Right then.
That was a 2-second break for us, by the way.
Yeah, I actually didn't even slurp my tea. Never mind.
Yeah, you usually slurp your tea when there's like a break.
So, over the last few weeks, we have been doing a special artists challenge.
We have.
So we always have an artist of the month, don't we? Mm-hmm. Who's our current artist of the month?
It's not artist of the month, it's artist of the term.
Oh, right.
It is Wassily
Kandinsky. And recently we've also done Hokusai.
Yeah,
one of my favourites.
I don't know why you're doing that, Daddy.
I wanted you to say it. But actually, there's been a fun thing on Twinkl. So Twinkl is a website where you can get lots of learning resources.
Yes.
But they are doing an Artists Around the World challenge at the moment.
Yes.
That's for Twinkl Home Educators. So what kind of things have you been doing then each week? It's a different one each week.
Yeah, so the first one we did was Michelangelo, and we had to do David's.
Yeah, you did a sculpture of Michelangelo's famous sculpture, David. Yeah. Why was that so funny?
Because we had to do all the body parts, and it was really funny.
But the reason that artists or sculptors would do naked people, was
because it shows their skill, because they're harder to make than just clothes.
So you made them out of modelling clay.
Yeah, it looks so funny.
You and Asher, and you submitted those. And then what other artists have we done?
We did Paul Gauguin, Pablo Picasso, and there's one more which
Edvard
Munch.
Famous for the Scream. And so what's the challenge each week? So as well as learning about the artist,
we have to do an artist, like
a piece of art.
Yeah, a piece of art that in that art style.
Okay, and so what kind of piece of art did you do for Picasso?
We did chickens.
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
And then what about for Edvard Munch?
We did like so he did the Scream, so we did like feelings one, so I did a roller coaster with loads of little yellow and pink and pale pink and white swirls.
And what's his style? His style is very swirly.
Yeah, well, it depicts feelings.
And Picasso's style What's interesting about Picasso's style?
He does two sides of the face, so he does it side on like the Egyptians.
Yeah.
And then he does it full on as well.
Yeah, frontal. Yeah. And then what about Gauguin then? What's the?
Gorgan.
It's pronounced Gauguin. I'm sure it's pronounced Gauguin. Maybe if you're listening and you know how it's pronounced, you could let us know.
Yeah, like
so
you say,
what's the style?
Wassily Kandinsky.
Yeah.
It is Wassily Kandinsky.
I think it's Vasily because in Eastern European languages a W is a V, so it's like Vasily Kandinsky. That's a bit of a Russian accent.
Wassily Kandinsky.
Yeah. Anyway, so Gauguin style.
Gauguin.
What's his style?
We did it yesterday. Oh, it's like still life.
Okay, still life. And what do we do? So you do a drawing or a sculpture, and then what do we do?
We submit them.
We submit it to Twinkl, and then what happens?
They put it in a virtual art gallery of everyone else's, and it's a really nice art gallery. You know, I'd quite like to visit it.
And how do we see it?
Online.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, isn't it? So on their YouTube channel, and they show all of the home educators' artworks for that week.
Yeah.
Inspired by the artist.
It's really good.
It is actually really good, isn't it?
Yeah, we always watch it with tea.
Yeah. So do check that out. Twinkl Home Educators on YouTube. They've still got, I think there's still about 6 weeks to go. Maybe there's 10 more weeks to go.
Maybe.
Between 6 and 10 weeks to go.
Probably 8.
So there's still time to get involved.
Yes.
And it's been a nice supplement for us. Had we done any of those artists before? In our artist studies?
We did Paul Gauguin. I think we did Pablo Picasso.
Yeah. So we hadn't done Munch.
But we had Munch.
Before. Had we done Michelangelo before?
Yeah, we had.
Okay, yeah. So that's been a nice kind of revision.
Yeah, it's quite hard to remember all the artists we've done because we've been doing it for so long now.
I know, yeah. But we're like really good on the art history rounds now in University Challenge. So other things we've been doing. So maths. Normally you do Math Mammoth. Is it in the mornings?
I don't know what it's called.
But this week we've been doing something a bit different.
Yeah, so we've been doing Math Mammoths anyway, but we've also been doing times tables again.
And you'd also done the key stage. Which key stage is it? You'd also done one of the kind of school curriculum maths ones recently, hadn't you?
What do you mean?
Hadn't you been doing some extra maths that was like the school? It was from a school curriculum. Key stage 3 or something. Key stage 2.
That was my handwriting.
Oh, okay. So, never mind. So, we'll be doing times tables week.
Wait. Yeah, that was my handwriting.
Okay.
But so we've been doing times tables apps.
Yeah, so just something a bit different as a kind of a end of term, end of year type, just a different approach to things, isn't it? It's good that we've got the freedom to come at things from different angles.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I don't need as much practice, though, so I only have 10 minutes. That says half an hour.
Okay, yeah. And then last few things then. So we've been doing the sassafras science, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Last year we did the Quark Chronicles for botany.
And we did a bit of zoology.
Yeah, but then we switched to sassafras.
Sassafras.
Oh, we've got different ways of saying things today, haven't we?
Yeah.
But so one of your free reads at the moment, though, is Quark Chronicles.
I forgot what it was called for a moment.
The Quark Chronicles. And which topic is it?
Zoology.
So you're reading that by yourself at the moment?
I am, yeah.
Does it chime a lot with the other zoology you've been looking at? Or was it marine biology we did instead?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind.
Oh no, yeah. It does, yeah.
This is great. This is great podcast. The content. We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it does chime a few bells, but we do a different habitat each week, Dad.
Oh yeah, different. You're studying different habitats. Yeah.
Yeah. So it does chime a few bells, yeah.
It does chime a few bells. Yes. Okay.
My brain's quite slow today. I don't know what you're talking about for a few seconds.
Well, I think we've nearly come to the end of it, to be honest. Yeah. So, that's about it. So we'll be back in a few weeks, as we'll be approaching the end of... No, we talked about that. Well, we talked about that. We've actually got notes in front of us, for once, of things we were going to cover. This afternoon, we need to record a music video, don't we, for a holiday club we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're going to create a video on that, so that'll be quite fun.
Yeah,
maybe we'll put that
really
on YouTube.
Funny.
Yeah, so we'll do that this afternoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
I hope this has encouraged you, inspired you, made you laugh. Hopefully not made you cry. That would be sad.
Maybe they were crying of tears.
Maybe tears of joy.
Laughter.
Tears of laughter at our unpreparedness. Meanwhile, have a good few weeks, and we always love hearing from you. All the contact details are coming up.
Please let us know what the correct pronunciation is.
Yeah, please help us to pronunciate different artists' names correctly. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Homemade Matters podcast. We love hearing from you, so email us to homemade@gmail.com. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Homemade Matters, and visit our website at www.homemadematters.co.uk. If you're enjoying the show, please leave us a review wherever you listen, like Apple Podcasts, Stitcher or Spotify. Thanks for joining us and enjoy your homemade journey this week.
They say absence makes the heart grow fond. Well, I've grown quite fond of you. Some people may think you're strange, but I think I'm strange too. It's raining outside, and it's raining inside too. I wanna go home, place where I'm known, and where I know you. Walk familiar streets.